The year is 2012. The iPhone 4S is Apple's latest device in its iPhone lineup, and the Galaxy Note is taking the smartphone world by storm. Smartphones had become an established part of 21st century life by this time, but something new in the mobile tech scene was about to emerge. April 11th, 2012. The Pebble Technology Corporation launches its first Kickstarter campaign with a goal of $100,000, promising an e-paper display smartwatch with a massive amount of features, including app support, notifications on your wrist from your smartphone, and custom watch faces to customize and personalize your own watch. Oh yeah, and the battery lasts 7 days. The campaign was a smash hit. In just a little over 1 month, Pebble raised $10.3 million to fund their smartwatch, becoming the most backed Kickstarter campaign at the time, a title that Pebble would become accustomed to owning. Their first watch featured a polycarbonate body with 3 buttons on the right and 1 on the left. These buttons are how you navigate throughout the watch. The display was an always-on black and white e-paper display, which used very minimal power, with the backlight only coming on when the watch is shaken, allowing for the impressive multi-day battery life. What made Pebble unique, even up to today, was its wide range of compatibility. The original Pebble supported the iPhone 3GS, 4, 4S, running iOS 5, or any iPod Touch with iOS 5, as well as Android devices running OS 2.3 and up. After some delays, Pebble began shipping the Pebble Watch in January of 2013. Critics raved about the watch, praising its waterproof design and wide app variety, as well as its ability to use custom watch faces. Pebble quickly got deals with Best Buy and AT&T to sell in their stores. In June of 2014, Pebble unveiled their second watch, the Pebble Steel. The Steel was an upgrade from the original Pebble, featuring a metal body with a Gorilla Glass screen. It was an elegant and high-end design, while still maintaining all of the characteristic Pebble features. 2014 was an amazing year for Pebble. They were crushing it. Pebble had a 35% market share in the wearable scene during the first quarter of 2014. February 24th, 2015. Pebble launches their second ever Kickstarter campaign, this time for their new watches, the Pebble Time and Time Steel. Pebble reached its goal of $500,000 in 17 minutes, $1 million in 49 minutes, and $10.3 million in 2 days, breaking another Kickstarter goal, and finally earning $20.4 million by its deadline on March 3rd, 2015. The Pebble Time featured an all-new Gorilla Glass 64-color, always-on e-paper display, retaining the same LED backlight as the original Pebble. A microphone, an all-new magnetically attaching charger, an ambient light sensor, and a 6-axis accelerometer. The other watch available during the campaign was the Pebble Time Steel. This variant of the Pebble Time featured a steel body and a 10-day battery life. The new Pebble Time watches featured an all-new OS, Time OS. It focused around the calendar, with its main feature called Timeline, allowing the user to press the bottom button to view all of their upcoming events, reminders in the Future section, or view past events in the Past section by pressing the up button. The Past section was later removed from the OS, being replaced with easier access to the Fitness section. The apps installed on the watch were accessed by pressing the middle button, then scrolling through the list using the up and down buttons. Later on, the Apps section also received an update, allowing the user to view many apps at once, instead of only seeing one at a time. Apps for the Time include Evernote, Domino's Pizza, fitness apps, games, GPS directions, and many more. On September 23, 2015, Pebble announced a new variant of the Pebble Time available for pre-order, called the Pebble Time Round. The Time Round was very different from all previous Pebble models, as it featured a round e-paper display and round body. The Round is incredibly thin and light, and features a 2-day battery life. This battery life is shorter than all other models, but the Round charges very fast, with just 15 minutes of charging, allowing the watch to make it through an entire day. The Round was available in 2 sizes, 14mm and 22mm. 2016. 5 months after the release of the Pebble Time Round, Pebble lays off 25% of their workforce. This was one of the first signs that Pebble was on shaky ground. May 24th, 2016. Pebble launches its third and final Kickstarter campaign. This time, the company promised to deliver 3 new products: the Pebble Time 2, Pebble 2, and Pebble Core. Yet again, Pebble crushed this campaign, raising $12.7 million. The Pebble 2 was somewhat of a redesign of the original Pebble watch, as it was a similar form factor and retained the black and white e-paper screen. However, the Pebble 2 featured a heart rate sensor as well as a microphone, promising 7-day battery life. The Pebble Time 2 was the successor to the Time. It featured a 53% larger color e-paper display, a heart rate monitor, microphone, and 10-day battery life. The Time 2 also featured an all-metal construction, unlike the original Time's plastic body. Then there was the Pebble Core, an all-new type of product for the company. It was proposed to be a 3G hackable wearable for runners, with built-in Amazon Alexa. Pebble marketed the Core as a runner's companion that tech-savvy users could use to create custom programs for. The Pebble 2 was marketed as an ultra-affordable smartwatch and fitness tracker, and the Time 2 was marketed as a high-end smartwatch for professionals. On June 15, 2015, Pebble also announced a Kickstarter edition of the Time Round in polished gold and silver colors. Now, I haven't gotten into any of my personal relations with Pebble and their products and campaigns yet, but I feel like now is a good time. I got a Pebble Time back in 2015 and used it for well over a year, and I still wear it today, and prefer it over my Apple Watch. When the Time 2 campaign was launched, I backed it on the first day, ordering a silver Time 2. I was so excited about this watch. It looked perfect with its large screen and long battery life, and elegant metal construction. I waited eagerly and patiently for the delivery of my Time 2. When the Pebble 2 started shipping at the end of September, I read and watched all of the reviews on it, getting even more excited for my Time 2. October came and I was expecting the watch to come. It didn't. Then came November. Nothing. Then finally, on December 7th, 2016, I knew I would never be receiving my dream watch. December 7th, 2016. Pebble announces that they have been acquired by Fitbit for $23 million. All hardware operations were shut down, and Pebble began to refund their loyal backers, who pledged millions for the Time 2 and Core. I was devastated. I hated Fitbit for taking away the best enthusiast smartwatch company ever. I was embarrassed by the Pebble stickers I had put on my MacBook Pro. What made me even more frustrated was that in 2015, Citizen offered to buy Pebble for $740 million. Think about that. $740 million to buy one of the most influential wearable makers of all time, and Pebble refused. But 1 year later, they had to sell for $23 million. Then, in February of 2017, I stopped using my Pebble Time and bought an Apple Watch. Honestly, the Apple Watch never lived up to anything the Time could do. It felt lacking, and I never used it to its full potential, as it felt clunky in the software and heavy and boxy in the hardware, and had poor battery life. But during that December of 2016, a new light for Pebble emerged: Rebel. 2 days after Pebble announced they were ceasing operations, Rebel went live, announcing their intention to maintain and advance Pebble functionality in the absence of Pebble Technology Corp. Today, you can still use your Pebble product simply by switching over to the Rebel service, which is very easy to do, and for free. While Rebel is free, there is a paid option, which opens up the ability to use voice dictation services and weather on the watch, which is understandable. I mean, you gotta keep the servers running somehow. I switched back to using my Pebble Time with Rebel a couple of times throughout the years, but for the past 7 months, I've left my inferior Apple Watch in the drawer and used my Pebble Time every single day. The Rebel community is strong, with a large user base still enthusiastically wearing their watches and even developing for them. The Pebble/Rebel subreddit is a great space for any Pebble enthusiast and is a community I am proud to be a part of. It's truly amazing that a product from a now defunct company is still in wide use today and is being taken care of by a group of dedicated individuals. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. or even sharing this video with a friend. This is a new kind of video format for me to do, but I really enjoyed making it, and if you would like to see more content like this, let me know. Rebel on.